Japan only. No, just kidding. No, okay, yeah, it looks like we are indeed seeing here the Xavier versus 13, and we're gonna see maybe if he's gonna pull out the Cloud. We just used it to pull off a 3-0 in losers finals.
And
Xavier
I did just hear the Cloud select screen.
Oh, okay, so he might have actually been warming up for this matchup, it looks like. Trying to get it prepped and ready to go for the unfamiliarity of the Duck Hunt. But if you're Xavier, man, I mean, I have nothing but confidence that you're able to make the adaptations like you did before. In the last game, or the last set that they played, it was 13 who took game 1 until Xavier took 2, 3, and 4. But that was all against Mark. We have a different sortie on the screen. We have a different matchup. Will we see the same result, or will changing things up prove fruitful for 13? Let's get into it.
Only time will tell as we go into this match. Coming these up airs though from Xavier going to prove that he wants to be the dominant player at this match. He is the top dog. Both of them sitting here in shield, but it is going to be Xavier who goes for the grab first. Going for the can here, and then that is going to disrupt the limit break here from Cloud. 13 sent to the other side of the stage here versus Xavier as he's trying to reestablish his spacing. Going to get hit with that can already at a pretty high percentage, especially off stage. Getting the uppie there, going to snap to ledge here against Xavier, and now Xavier just coming back in and trying to find an aerial like that back air there here versus Xavier, or versus 13 rather.
Oh yeah, exactly. Toss him out right here. Ledge drop situation set up, but hey, using the limit here and the increased movement speed to really get out of the ledge trap. I really like that from 13. Not exhausting it either because the blade beam would be blocked by can. Smart stuff already coming out of 13. We're seeing possibly why he made the switch, but you're not ready for a guy to run up and dash attack like that with Duck Hunt. And instead, it's going to set up a grab through two, throwing him off onto the stage. Not going to get punished there on the 2-frame at all, but the can setting him up yet again. This Duck Hunt takes the first stock in Grand Finals.
I want to say, though, it is quite a feat to live to nearly 190%, though, even as Cloud. So if that is going to be a testament of what is to come, then that means that 13 is going to prove a difficult opponent to kill early. Going to get as much damage as he can, trying to even out this game where he can. Getting all the way up into the hundreds here, going to get hit with the tail end of these up airs, and
wow,
like you said earlier, this is an excellent stage, but that down air though, going to seal out the stock here for 13.
Seal out. Oh no! He just had limit disappear as well. Tragedy strikes. It's going to be Lassie that is going to be rescuing herself in this situation. Unfortunately, Xavier is the one to fall, putting himself among the clouds. Excuse me, 13 is the one to fall, putting himself among the clouds. But that being said, he's immediately back into a back area and pressuring this dog as much as he possibly can. No pun intended with the can he's using right here. Nice tomahawk as well. Grabbing that limit online on deck. Can he close a stock with it? Oh, not quite yet. Oh my goodness. This guy is insane. He edge guards with every single character, regardless of how lackluster the recovery is. And it's proving to be able to take that stock for him.
Absolutely wonderful recovery there from 13. The way that he was able to reverse the situation like that into his favor. Here comes Xavier, though, coming out with a lot of his aerial combos that can going to do damage to both of these characters, though, as Xavier is sitting in shield here, just trying to find his spacing here around 13. 13 going to go for some big jumps here with some big damage swinging. The can coming out, and the gunman too now in order to try to edge guard all the way to the other side of the stage. Almost going to get that, getting set upwards though by the Duck here. Duck Hunt coming back in these two, and now we are at last stock apiece. Full rage here on 13, by the way.
Full rage Pearl, and man, 13 has that death in his eyes. He's trying to finally take this game one yet again. The up air's not quite doing it, but there it is, calling out the swing from the Cloud. Xavier taking game one, continuing the momentum that placed him into Grand Finals at the beginning. Okay, if you're 13, you need to calm down for a bit. Your game plan didn't work. It didn't pan out for you. You wanted to reserve this Cloud pick for this dumb dog duck hunt in Grand Finals, but the dog was ready. He had the keen eye in place, and he's able to take game 1. His coach now trying to figure out the adjustments that could possibly make in this situation. At this point, I think first thing I tell him is, please stop going to Hollow Bastion. Please. I don't think it works.
I really do think that the reason why Xavier was able to adapt so well to the Cloud is that, unfortunately, despite the different character pick, 13 isn't playing all that differently from the way that he played as Marth. And that was really something that meant that Xavier was able to adapt so much faster to that, even with the different character pick. That
10
I think
seconds,
that the
y'all.
character pick, was
You're good.
Kelvin interject?
Sorry, that was me talking to the players. My bad.
No worries.
I think, yeah, you had a great point there. He's not adjusting really to the character switch you were saying.
It's rather that he knows how 13 is playing, so rather than adjusting to Cloud specifically, he knows just to adjust to 13. And that was what I think cost him the game.
That's really well said here. And okay, as we say that too, maybe he can make those adjustments. And the first adjustment we see made is he is now choosing PS2. So he's going to be following up PS2 versus this duck hunt. PS2 is the tried and true, right? It's the even ground between a lot of different characters. And, I mean, when it's 12:30 at night and you're playing top 2 at a tournament, you need to go back to what you know. So he immediately is going to run up past the can and he's going to cross-slash him. But, oh my goodness, in reply, 53%. It feels like every time you get anything going against this dog, he matches you almost with a crazy read there as well.
Absolutely.
This Xavier's insane.
Yeah, the way that 13 just came out with the down air and then
Oh, no!
Xavier just opted. Oh no, that's going to be the end of the stock there for 13. Xavier able to seal that out. Unfortunate SD there, but Xavier just going to continue to pile on damage here with these up airs. Air dodging to the platform, not going to work there. Going to go for some aerials here, however, but just not enough. Xavier here in disadvantage off stage here, and then 13 has the potential to go for something. However, 13 has taken too long, and Xavier has established himself yet again at the stage.
Yeah, established himself too long and taking advantage of such an unfortunate SD there as well. The blade being pointed out and actually taking the stock. You're really trying to mitigate the damage that was done by the SD if you are 13. And you're going to run up. Okay, his instant right now, it looks like, is just run up and hit him. Run up and hit him. Like you said, don't let them set up any sort of defense. I'm just going to run through and smack you in the face. But Xavier, noticing that's the game plan, setting up into the traps, trying to set up the can to be utilized here in this matchup as well.
I do see. Yeah, go ahead. But I do see that 13 is going for a lot of blade beams as well that we didn't see in game number 1, and those are really effective at limiting Xavier's movement a whole lot. Still going to get thrown off stage. However, 13 coming back to avoid the can, coming back in even though Xavier was sitting in shield, going to try to go for the back air there, not going to take the stock just yet, but full rage on the board, and that is going to be a horrific clank there between these. Going to get sent all the way to the other side, and it's actually going to be Xavier's stock that goes first.
Comboing off of the can, using your friend against you. Great plays there, but calling out the jumps from 13. Xavier knows how to keep you in the corner, and he knows what options you're going to choose to get out of it. Oh my goodness, the guy is insane on the stick. Calling out another jump yet again. And if you're able to get caught in disadvantage, you can pile on as much percent as we're seeing right here. But now, okay, 13. There we go, evening things up in this game. Regardless of the SD, things somehow are close in this one. How exactly is Xavier gonna close us out? We're gonna see pushing Cloud into the corner yet again, trying to create space with that can. Shielding the up airs there too. 13 doing as best as he can to put himself in this, but no, tossed off stage. This is where you don't want to be against Duck Hunt.
limit break online though. That is important to say. Just trying to avoid it and really trying to utilize it when it absolutely matters here.
Oh,
Not going to get it just yet. However, that is going to be the end of game number 2. No tech there for 13 as Xavier seals out yet another game here versus the Cloud.
This is proving to be the fastest match we've seen of the night after going so many last stock, last hit games. This might just be a quick 3-0 in this one. Xavier too dominant of a force to be touched. The Cloud pick wasn't working. The Marth got bruised and battered in winners finals. If you're 13, you are on life support trying to figure out what option to pick. Trying to figure out how to pick the brain of this dog that seems to know what you're going to do before you do it. And I don't know what the answer is, honestly.
I really do think that it might be time to consider, and I'm 100% biased when I say that, but the fact that it is extremely late and most of these players have at least an hour drive to get back home. I think that that's I think that that's an important consideration. I wouldn't quite go that far, but
okay,
you know.
Okay. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, just hang it up. It's done.
I don't think this is forfeit. I do think that definitely when you're tired, you want a set to end a lot faster than you would otherwise, so you might not be playing as patiently as you need to. And I do think, I'm not going to chalk it up to that, but I think after a long day, you know, you need to find that center again. You need to find your balance. You need to find your inner peace, so to say.
Sure. And you know what? It looks like the Zen really does seem to be a huge factor when it comes to 13 gameplay. So hopefully they can find that inner peace you're talking about. It's also really annoying when you have to deal with the mental damage of playing against this dog. It looks so annoying to play against, honestly. But it's also why Xavier has been so dominant in this tournament. We're sticking with the Cloud, it seems. Choosing to use that counter pick that we have as our game plan. We'll see if the coaching would change some things up, if 13 can change things around, or if this duck hunt is going to be the man of the town. Okay, but immediately hopping back into this one. The forward smash going in reply. Interesting option out of 13 already. Both trying to create space, but I like it. I like this out of 13, actually. Calling out the aerial right there, too. He knows that Ducka's trying to create space, and he's keeping him in the corner this time. Oh! He used the can to extend the hitbox to side B! That was brilliant!
The way that he absolutely sent him to the upper corner as well. Absolutely wonderful knowledge there from 13. Just a completely different breath of life as to what we saw in the previous games here. Quick first stock there on the board there for Xavier, but from that first stock from 13, we know that he is not out of it yet. These two still have so much Smash to play together. They are going to continue this as far as they can.
Absolutely. Trying to push each other to your limits. The limit break even, you might say. And now hanging down just a little bit right there. Okay. The duck hunt. Oh, I thought the duck hunt spiked right there, but instead the up B from Cloud. Doing so good right there. Piling on 105 onto the duck hunt. Running up and shielding. Is he able to hang on to this stock like he's done so well up to this point? I'm going to be honest, it looks like there's just pure aggression running down this duck hunt like we haven't seen these two play before. 13 definitely making some adaptations in this one. And maybe he's going to be able to take the second stock here. Not quite yet. I like it. The aggression in the beginning at this point, but when it comes to the ledge trapping, patience, and then the duck will get swatted away. Back air taking the lead now for 13.
Big Cloud back air coming out swinging here for 13. Able to put on some damage, knocking away the can though with that limit break. Coming in with a grab, going to put some big damage here onto Xavier as he's sending him upwards into the stratosphere. Wow. Around to the side of the stage, and just what a reversal. So much damage, you know. Xavier on his last stock, a completely different game than what we've seen before.
Absolutely completely different game. The endless aggression and then patience on the ledge. So good for 13, saying, hey man, I know it's late, but I'm gonna make this a set. Hold on a second though. He's Xavier tosses him off onto the side. And we know one thing, Cloud's recovery is all but exploitable. This guy, he will die if you blow on him the wrong way. Oh, but using the limit really well to get back onto the ledge. 13, if you're 13 right here, you can't have any unnecessary SDs. Can't let the game get out of hand. Just close this one out and make it so we go further in the bracket.
For sure, the way that these two are just playing around each other now, knowing exactly what is at stake. That can, not going to seal it out just yet, but that is way too far to recover, and unfortunately, he is down to his last stock. 13 has a lot to do if he wants to close this game out. Only a couple of moves in, but against a character that can do so much damage against him, that is going to be easier said than done.
You're not kidding at all, Pearl. I believe you. I mean, we've seen Xavier clutch these before. 13 swinging a little bit here. He's getting a little bit nervous. Conventional wisdom says that Xavier should lose this game. And let's see if 13 can make that happen. Oh no. Oh no, he's off stage again though. He's off stage again though. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, he went for the duck hunt dunk right there, but he whiffed on it. And instead, we're back onto the stage yet again. And the dash attack! Oh my goodness, closing the gap makes it that we are going to be sent into a Game 4.
Game 4 here for us tonight. Absolutely wonderful reversal there from 13. Completely different energy than what we saw in Game 1 and 2. The utilization of his patience and also the aggressiveness in order to not let Xavier get in, get established. Such wonderful timing and spacing there from 13, and absolutely the kind of to carry forward when you are in a potential reverse 3-0 situation here. I don't want to say that, but you know that's what you want if you're 13.
No, you're right. It's a reverse 3-0 situation, and I think it's so impressive too that he stuck with the Cloud, even though it was kind of getting clapped a little bit there in games 1 and 2. He has confidence in that pick, and the coach obviously had confidence in his Cloud as well. That confidence proving to be a great boon in his favor in that Game 3. Now, it looks like now Xavier losing his first game in this set. It could be something that this is really important for Fawn, his coach, to come out and calm those nerves after that game. I mean, Xavier's been dominant thus far in the match between these two players. Fawn just needs to reassure Xavier, hey, you got this. You've proven you can take the stocks in this game from 13. Keep doing what you've been doing, and you should be fine. But on the side of 13, that aggression was proving to be amazing against Duck Hunt, not letting Duck Hunt set up any traps at all.
Absolutely wonderful dominance here. The way that 13 was just able to carry forth so much momentum here, completely changing the pace of the game. Going into game number 4, these two have to lock in even more than they have already locked in before. We are going to see the same characters coming back in. However, it is going to be different pace, different strategy, or, well, similar strategy, rather. But just different results is what the other one is going to hope for.
I hope you're not tired of seeing Duck Hunt gameplay, because we got plenty of it. It is here and here to stay. Personally, I love the ingenuity and creativity coming out of this player and this character as well. But 13. Okay, trying to use that momentum of the speed of his character again in this one, but I'm already seeing Xavier shutting that down and putting the Cloud in such a bad position on the ledge there, but he's utilizing the extra speed of limit so well in these ledge trap situations, air dodging through all the traps of Duck Hunt. And that means that back onto the situation here, both these players are trying to find any sort of an edge here. Oh no! Oh my gosh, what a crazy counterplay coming out of 13.
Absolutely crazy, so to say. The way that Xavier was sent way off stage due to the can. Absolutely wonderful reversal there from 13. Going to utilize the limit break there for the can. Now coming back, continuing to utilize the blade beams. And actually going to get hit with the very end of that. Xavier was able to parry the beginning, but then 13 was able to get it. Gonna get hit with that gunman off stage. coming back with the air dodge, going to the center of the stage. But this means that Xavier's able to set up yet again, nearly at full rage here for 13, which means he is going to try to utilize that to his disposal as much as possible. That up air, though, going to take away the full rage as soon as it came.
You're right about that one. Using the up air, catching Cloud onto the platform. Now, back into this back airs. What do you do if you're Duck Hunt? Your out of shield options are so slow to contest with Cloud back air. The shield pressure is proving amazing for 13. Up throw and reply as well. And when you can pile on so much percent with these up airs, you can understand why a lot of Cloud players think this is a fantastic matchup for Cloud. He's not getting cheesed out anymore. Oh, but as we say, it doesn't matter if it's a crazy matchup or not, because Xavier is so insane with these traps. My goodness gracious, another can makes it so he's now in the lead.
Absolutely. You can see here 13 just stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea. Going to get sent way off stage there into the can. Not going to get it just yet. However, you can see Xavier opting to sit in shield before he can get the can and the gunman together to trigger the explosion way in 13's face, taking that stock away. However, as quickly as it is gone, and we are back to even yet again.
Oh my goodness gracious, this is crazy coming out of these players right here. Xavier, the adaptations have been happening in real time, but 13 trying to hang on to this dainty little stock he's got. Oh, hell of a right now. But both of them basically at even percent, 69 to 56 here. And they have so much respect for one another. They're playing so defensively. 13 now has the dog in the corner. Duck Hunt trying to get back onto the stage. He's able to do it. And he's not able to catch with the backers either.
Yeah, gonna get hit with his own can, unfortunately. Just continuing to rack on this damage here, utilizing the blade beams yet again in order to try to change the momentum, send way off stage here thanks to the pummel, and now acting as though he's gonna go deep in order to go for an edge guard. Getting grabbed yet again, 13 sending Xavier way upwards, going to go for the Cloud up air and just continuing to pile on some damage. Now the way that these two are just playing around each other, opting to take out the gunman and shielding the can, now sending Xavier off stage yet again, where his options are so limited against Cloud. Getting the grab here and sending in 13 off stage, able to avoid the can, but not able to avoid that Duck Hunt up air. Not the stock just yet, however, he is struggling to recover here.
Struggling to recover indeed. Duck Hunt has so many tricks up their sleeve. Are they going to pull him out right there? And that's going to be it. He puts a hand on his chest, then extends it for a handshake. Xavier gonna be winning the Arcadian here of Collision 3-1 in amazing fashion. The Duck Hunt is just too good.
The Duck Hunt is here to stay. Absolutely, the way that he was able to reverse so many bad situations, even and you get the coach handshake too. Fawn coming in.
Oh my gosh, with the critical roll trip there as well. Gotta respect it.
Wonderful clutch gameplay from Xavier, even at the point that 13 was adapting with the Cloud, was calling out all of his options. He was still able to find them when they mattered, getting his combos on lock, going for those big edge guards like what you saw there, and just a wonderful way to end out the game. You know, this Duck Hunt is just proving to be such a formidable character in Xavier's arc. You can see why he would decide to the switch.
Exactly. He is, I mean, yeah. The spawn of Fawn is what I want to call Xavier from now on. The guy is an absolute beast. I mean, at any point when it felt like he was down and out, the skill of the adaptations came in so clutch. Never let momentum get too far out of his grasp and was dominant until the end. Spawn of Fawn going amazing in this one. And with that being said, that means 13 had a valiant run, amazing plays that we saw in execution kind of the mark, and showing he could be a character specialist with the Cloud as well. But Xavier's just too good at the end of the day. And so that means that we're going to be closing things out here with Xavier taking it 3-1 over to him. I could not have asked the Arcadian to go any better. This has been an absolute beast of a tournament.
For sure, absolutely. Just completely banger sets all around tonight. You know, so many close game players with which I'm familiar, players who are new to me, and then characters and matchups that were new to us. You know, we learn something new every day. It keeps our brains elastic. As you say that, though, the way that these players adapted so well to each other, just absolutely wonderful levels of gameplay. I can only say that this will spell good things for winners like Xavier, but I also think that this is just the beginning of 13's career as well. Played an absolutely wonderful run. I can't tell what that says, 16th or 18th. It's too small. But much lower seated, so you can tell that he had a phenomenal run to get where he was. And you know, second place is an absolutely amazing placement. So great stuff to the players that came out today. It was our absolute privilege to be able to cast for the Fusion Arcadian. I'm so glad that you tuned in. If you are still awake, I'm glad you're here. You know what you can also do? You can register Collision. The phase 2 registration is 14 days, and then you have don't want to wait for that. A great time as we are closing out here. Do not forget to follow Collision on Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to their YouTube channel. If you really want to support the Twitch, you can also follow, subscribe.
Get in there.
You gotta do that stuff. You know, there are so many wonderful things that that places such as Collision support. They have their major, they have Fusion every Monday. As better tune in.
Tune in, be there, please. We need y'all in the Smash community to show up and show out. Honestly, hey, I know that people are saying the game can be on a bit of a decline. Let's have a resurgence, bro. Smash Factor was insane. This Arcadian was amazing. And it's because of people like you that continue to support the game is the reason we have the community to do.